Have you ever contemplated what gives you great joy? What things you do in your life that you just love doing and give you joy? Perhaps the things you do for no reason, a sense of play. And often as adults we lose that sense of play, which is a real shame, because play is doing something just for the hell of it, because we enjoy it, because we're getting something from it. I was asked that question recently, what things do I really love doing? One of the things I got back into, I haven't done for a long time, is I love doing up old Land Rovers. I had one about over 12 years ago. Before I had our son, I did it up over the years, and it was my pride and joy in many ways. I just love doing it. I love tinkering with nuts and bolts and making something that is old and rusty, bring it back to its former glory. I love fixing it up. And I've got another one now, which I'm slowly doing. So fixer-upper, slowly doing the same. I take great pride in restoring it back to its kind of former glory. And it kind of makes me think about my work with my clients. Why do I love the work I do? And I wouldn't say I fix my clients, not at all. There's something about, I did engineering, my first degree. It's something about understanding how things work. And it is about bringing people and things back to their full potential. I very much don't see my clients as broken, and it's my job to fix them. I don't think anyone is broken. I see us as like a diamond. We come into the world perfect, pure, unique, and then life throws crap at us, throws rubbish at us, throws mud at us. And that mud is, as a kid, is our interpretation of the things around us. It's other people's fears, insecurities. It's messages from the media. And sometimes they stick. And we're not aware that actually it's stuck to us. We think it's us. And we see ourselves as this kind of maybe pile of mud. It might be quite extreme, but some people just don't like themselves or like aspects of themselves. There's bits of mud stuck to them. And we forget actually it's mud. It's not who we really are. The diamond is always underneath. That never goes away. We're never broken. I don't believe in the term of self-improvement or working on yourself, because the mud is our perception, is our thoughts. It's not truth, it's not reality. And sometimes we have to try to fight thought with thought. We've got maybe an insecure voice or this critical voice. We have to be stronger than it. Well, good luck with that, because kind of try and fight thought with thought is really hard work. It tends not to work. You can't really manage our thinking. We think we're thinking beings. We're beings that have thought. Our thoughts are spontaneous. We don't have much control over them. And we spend a lot of time trying to manage our state of mind, trying to manage our thinking. What if we didn't need to? What if we could see that layer of mud for what it really is? Mud, thought. It's not even ours. It's other people's stuff we've taken on for ourselves. What if you're not broken? You just think you are. What if you're not insecure? You just think you are. And so for me, it's our relationship with those thoughts that makes a difference. We can never get rid of them. There's no point fighting them. It's about changing our relationship with them. And so, for example, there's a film from the 90s called A Beautiful Mind. It's about a famous mathematician, economist called John Nash. He won the Nobel Prize for Economics. He developed paranoid schizophrenia. He basically went mad. He saw these characters and he thought they were real. So he was talking to them, he was interfacing with them. And this went on for a number of years, and they had periods of his life being more sane than others, but he was in and out of institutions. He did manage to hold down a family and a relationship, and he knew these characters were not real. He worked with the best psychiatrists in the country. He was a very intelligent man. But he used to kind of engage with them and tell them to go away. They'd be in front of him trying to get his attention. They'd tell him to go away. But just by doing that, he's given them his attention. Just by fighting our thoughts or resenting our thoughts or just wishing we weren't having our thoughts or the resulting feelings, our state of being, we're giving it attention. And John Nash had an insight. He had a realization that his son was getting old. I think it was his son's birthday. And one of the characters he interfaced with was a little girl. And he realized over the years, she had been getting older. Now, he knew she wasn't real, but he had an insight. They had a change of heart. But he realized she wasn't real. And they didn't disappear in a puff of smoke from that moment. They were still there, doing exactly what they're doing before, in front of him, trying to get his attention, maybe yelling at him, but he just walked through them as if they were a ghost, because they weren't real. He didn't give them a second thought. And that's the thing about thinking. It tries to get our attention, because believe it or not, I think it's trying to help us. These thoughts often develop from childhood through misunderstandings, and they may have served us in some way as a kid, but they're carried on out of habit. And the moment you give it any more attention, or go into battle with it, or resent it, you're giving it attention. So you walk through these characters as if they were ghosts. And that diminished their power. He stopped feeding them. And they didn't disappear straight away, but their power diminished. Instead of being in front of him, yelling at him, they went to the edge of his vision, to the edges of the room. Yeah, and eventually they disappeared. Sometimes they came back when he was tired or stressed. But his relationship with them had changed. And that's what I do with my clients, help them change their relationship with their insecure thoughts, their doubtful thoughts, or their fears. Because freedom doesn't come from never feeling fear or doubt or insecurity. Because that's impossible. For me, true freedom comes from not being scared of any experience you're having. How would it be if you weren't scared of any experience you had? If you could just see it for what it is, a thought or feeling passing through, like clouds on a breeze or weather system. So it just got me the other day thinking about my love of fixing up Land Rovers and fixing things, understanding how things work, how it related to my work. But the biggest difference was I don't fix my clients, because you don't need fixing. We don't need fixing. You don't need fixing. There's nothing wrong with you. You just have maybe some insecure thoughts, doubtful thoughts, fearful thoughts, whatever your flavour of thoughts or feelings you have. They're not you. They're not who you are. You're still that diamond. You're perfect, pure, unique. Yeah, we all have our personal weirdness. You are okay. You're an incredible, powerful being. In fact, a lot of our insecurities and fears, all of our insecurities and fears, are the misuse of imagination. They're the misuse of imagination. We are incredibly powerful, creative beings. You're not broken. These are the misunderstanding what's creating your experience. And I love re-engineering things, helping see where things are going wrong. I love understanding what's creating our experience and seeing through the misunderstandings that we have. And that recreates a connection to our true sense of self. Because that's always there, whether we're aware of it or not. It's there underneath all the noise and the emotions. That's there. In moments of quiet, that's what happens. We reconnect to our true sense of self. Yeah, so I'm Russell. I love tinkering and fixing up old Land Rovers. But don't fix people, because they don't need fixing. You don't need fixing. I want you to know you're still that diamond. Whatever's going on in your life, you're still that diamond. That never goes away. In moments of quiet, that's who you connect with.